Shalom, Laha Alahayim, peace to the gods. Nawathan Kahalayim La, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Hakodash. Giving all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone, GMS, who do rule well, who are the true leaders of all Israel today. Salutations, peace, and blessings upon the house of David, the Bayath, the Water. Starting with the 144,000 governing body in the kingdom to come, 12,000 men of each tribe of Israel, as well as the remaining 1/3 of men, women, and children who are not only hearers of the gospel, but doers of it as well. It's your brother Tazapanya Banyamyan of the sons Yashala camp out here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Quick hit through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. This is big. This is major. All right. So the title order, this is Kim Iverson, right? She be coming with some nice hard-hitting alternative media sources. And the name of it, of this video, Elon's Says X app. Okay, and if you just now understanding, Twitter, whose CEO is Elon Musk when he bought it, all right, and he's renaming it to X, just like how Facebook was renamed to Meta, all right? And when you go into the word forehead in Revelation chapter 13, when it says that the charagma will be in your right hand on your forehead, in the Greek, the word forehead is metapon. That's no coincidence, all right? Elder Apostle Tahar brought that out a while back, okay? So now look, Zuckerberg coming out with, has already came out with Meta, rebranding Facebook and this whole metaverse. And now Elon Musk is changing Twitter to X. Now, those that actually know the scriptures, when you see that alphabet X, which goes back to Latin, and that Latin goes back to the Greek, what character does that remind you of? All right. The first sound or letter in 666, which is Chi Xi Stigma. All right. So before I play this, I'm gonna show you an etymology. All right. This Chi. All right. 22nd letter of the Greek alphabet representing a sound. The letter is shaped like an X, and so the Greek letter name was used figuratively to signify such a shape or arrangement as in chiasma, two things placed crosswise, chiastos arranged diagonally, marked with an X, chiasion, to mark with an X, to write the letter X. Some dialects use chi to represent the KS sound, properly belonging to Xi or Z. Latin picked this up, and the sound value of chi in Latin-derived alphabets is now that of the English X. Okay? So, as we see that, right, and we now go to Revelation, okay, 13 and 18, right? What is that right there? All right, let's look it up. All right, and number arithmos, where you get arithmetic, his autos 603 score and 666, 666, right? Chi, X, Xi, and stigma. All right. All right. So remember, Elon Musk got the Neuralink, which is a brain chip that is supposed to go in your head. And then all of a sudden, he's rebranding Twitter to be an everything app. And watch what she says while people is bugging out. And I'm just now hearing about that. I knew about the Twitter transformation into X, but why you want to name it X? And why is X? X is representative of 600. Okay? Like I just showed you. All right? So we gonna this shit is crazy. This shit is at the door. The vision is speaking, man.
Sir, that could be good because a lot of platforms, they have like a wide range of types of content, and Twitter is so heavily political. But I'm sure there's other. I mean, so many people use Twitter. There's all kinds of different, or X. I don't know, what do we call it? Twitter. I'm dead naming it. I'm just gonna keep dead naming it. I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. So they're going to be allowing creators to monetize on Twitter. Now, that still is not the reason why this is important to you, because many of you are still not going to care about that. Yeah, sure, maybe it's a place where you can watch more videos, you can message people, make phone calls. That sounds all neat and stuff. But let me show you why people are actually kind of freaking out about X, because Elon has said that he wants to turn this into a bank, essentially, almost like a bank. But the way he's describing it is, it's not, you have to rethink how banks work, but essentially he wants this to become half of the global financial system, half of that. So let's hear what he has to say. This is a SOT we call it a SOT here in the behind the scenes land. I don't even know what that even stands for. SOT, sound. I have to ask. But we got this video clip. And this video clip is what was trending all on Twitter, and people freaking out saying Elon Musk is going the ways of CBDCs. Roll out central bank.
What is the nature that we've been doing for the last, not only, I mean, it's been, in the Israelite community, those that are really with the 100% truth, in the last week or so, with the true nature of the CBDCs with Richard Werner. The grain of rice going into your hand. And Elon is bringing the other side of it, all right, with the actual chip in your head. Yo, you can't make this shit up, yo. Yo, I'm telling you, this thing is a wrap. And it's crazy because now you got the, I'm just hearing about on July 26th, not saying this is going to happen or not, whatever, but there's an exercise at Fort Riley, an Army base, which is unprecedented. Remember, anytime you hear that word unprecedented, know that we coming into that Jacob's trouble, a time never seen before, never happened before. They doing an exercise with supposedly 8 hours. They turning off all the lights, and people got to be ready, and they trying to see if the armed forces and the infrastructure of America is ready, right, for the lights to be out. You see, which is all, I'm telling you, people gonna get caught like a thief in the night. And if you ain't on that Isaiah 33:6 for wisdom and knowledge of what? Of this truth, this knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Remember James, man. All right. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have this truth, this knowledge, this wisdom. You're unstable, man. You're not on solid ground. All right. You don't have the cornerstone, the foundation of Yahweh Shai, the faith on Yahweh Shai, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times, the strength of his salvation, for the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Remember, we was all persuaded by the terror of the Lord to come into this truth, man. You see what I'm saying? We understand through humility and meekness, we ain't no way out other than Yahweh Shai, man. This shit about to get crazy. I'm telling you, people been seeing these visions of niggas lining up around the corner for these chips, man. This shit it's going to bug niggas out, bro.
Digital currency. He's the guy who, claims that he's all for free speech. He claims that he's one of us, and in reality, he's just just sheep herding us into the establishment, the World Economic Forum. He hired that Linda Yaccarino lady, and she's the one that came from the WEF, if you remember. He hired her back in May, and everybody was very shocked by this because
you see, you can't listen. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, when, who is he, man? Job 9:24, man. All right? And then it's crazy. He named it X, and we all seen that the design of this makes 3 6s in the World Economic Forum through the O's and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Here she was, a proud person coming out of the World Economic Forum. So people see that. So let's go ahead and watch.
Essentially, if done right, the X would would serve people's financial needs to such a degree that
financial needs. So he's taking a fucking. This ain't social media no more. He be putting it as, oh, it's everything. You can make calls, you could watch videos, you could do. Remember, right now, Twitter is really just a porno site. If you want to keep it a buck, you feel me? If you want to keep it 100, you know what I mean? So he's saying, no, we are not no tweets and videos and this and that and the third. He's changing Twitter to be financial, man. Like he's saying, or bank, because he's knowing this digital system is about to come. It's coming like a bullet train, man. You feel me?
over time it would become, I don't know, maybe half of the global financial system.
Wow.
Or some big number. I'm not sure what the number is, but pretty big. So it would be by far the biggest sort of financial institution. But like I said, not really in the way that people are used to thinking about banks. Just the most efficient database for the thing that is money.
And remember, everybody got and when I say everybody, meaning it is used with people of every nationality, of every different language and tongue that's out there, man. All right, there's a bunch of news that comes on Twitter too. People tweeting in Russian, people tweeting in Arabic. You know what I'm saying? People tweeting in whatever, Spanish. You see what I'm saying? So if he could change and transform the ideas of banks, and he's already connected with this World Economic Forum, you see what I'm saying? And everything is going to be social with the social credit score, the social media, you feel me? The interactions with everything. I'm telling you, man, this whole system, it's this great reset is going to come like this. Boom. And because they already got the C-HIP ready. They already got the MOTB ready, man. And when they implement it, it's going to take people by surprise, and people don't know what's coming down the pipe. But the prophets is the wisdom cried out on the streets. They hitting you on them street corners with that true gospel, man. You see what I'm saying? But only the elect gonna receive it anyway.
It's like the least amount of fraud. Everything's real time.
Least amount of fraud. That means is your tweets. That's why they doing that verification with the blue checks. All right, it's going to get integrated with that digital ID, that world digital ID system, man. All right. Remember, he big on the artificial intelligence. He's big on the Neuralink. All right, his Starlink. I'm telling you, and that's why he say he's a little. Remember, Satan himself tried to transform himself into an angel of light, man. Just like Kim Iverson said, like, yo, he's supposed to be like a, for the people, about free speech, when he's nothing but a puppet. You see what I'm saying?
And if it involves money in any way, it can be dealt with seamlessly on one location.
Okay, so that's got a lot of eyebrows raised. People thinking, oh my gosh, this sounds like CBDC. He's going to create some sort of digital monetary platform that everyone can use. And so what does that mean? When you create something digital, does that mean you're going to be able to track it? I mean, look, right now, the way it works on Twitter or X is that you can search anyone's tweets. So you can actually, it's a data footprint. You can actually go back in time and search through people's tweets and see what they say, and you can hold them accountable. You said this 10 years ago. How dare you, you hypocrite? I don't care if you're 15 years old, you said it. And now you've grown up, but look at you. So we know that this stuff is tracked already. The things that you put out there on Twitter are tracked. So a big concern is then, will this monetary system that he intends to unveil with X, is that also going to be tracked in a digital currency that is the very thing that we're all very afraid of when it comes to the WEF and like ESG scores. Now, Elon Musk has been, even though he did hire Linda Yaccarino, he has been an incredibly loud vocal critic against the World Economic Forum. That's why it was so surprising he hired her, because he's tweeted numerous times.
That's called Hegelian dialectic, man. All right? And controlled opposition. It seems like he's opposing whatever ideologies and things of that nature on this side, when you're really controlling him and doing it, just like she was saying, leading that sheep, you feel me, to the slaughter. You know what I mean? Because you over here, when you're not supposed to trust him, the Bible, the scriptures say you're not supposed to trust a man anyway.
against the World Economic Forum, saying that I was invited, I didn't go. This is a global government that they're just pushing on people. They shouldn't be doing this. He has been incredibly critical of the World Economic Forum. He's also incredibly critical of ESG scores. So those are the environment, social governance scores that they give out to companies to see whether or not they're good when it comes to, it's supposed to be the environment, but then they turn it into social. So Tesla has like a low score compared to all of these really pollution emitting companies. And it's because they just don't like Elon Musk himself. But he's a very vocal critic of all of that global world governance stuff. So it's a little out of character then for him to unveil this. I'm going to make this payment system that is going to be half of the global financial system. And it's not going to be a bank in the way that you know it. It's going to be this. And he doesn't even call money currency. He's calling it data. So he's talking about it almost like a cryptocurrency in a way. And he wants to turn it, and he wants X to be the largest one in the world. So this, this is.
Look at this. This is the same WEF person, right? X is the future state of unlimited interactivity. And that reminds me of, for those that didn't know, with Ripple and their coin XRP, which their symbol for XRP is an X as well, and how it's big on interoperability, which is basically the same thing as interactivity. All right, cross-border payments on a global scale from financial institutions, whether it be retail or private. Right? It says it's centered in audio, video, messaging, payment/banking. What is payments? Buying or selling, man. And why X? And remember, the scriptures tell us, matter of fact, let me just read it again, man. Revelation chapter 13. I'm going to just go straight to the point. Verse 18. Here is wisdom. And doesn't the scriptures and Proverbs say, for wisdom is the principal thing? So when you read Revelation 13, you got to go to the elders, the apostles, get the true breakdown if the Spirit is working with you. You got to know what this is talking about. With all thy getting, get understanding. Do you understand what the MOTB is? Do you understand? Because a lot of camps, a lot of Israelites, a lot of people in general don't know what it is. Verse 18 again, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding, there you go, count, right, the number of the beast. All right, and we know the beast to be NATO and EU, man, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the European Union, which America is the great whore that rideth that beast. All right, uses them to push their agendas. All right, and the international banking family sits in the sides of the North here in North America. All right, using America to push, using the beast to push everything out into the whole world to control it. For it is the number of a man. What man is this? Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom, the wicked. All right, and his number is 603 score and 6. Remember that first 600 is that letter X. Okay, so when you see that and seeing things reminiscent to it, understand the wicked is behind it. The wicked is behind this shit. You feel me? Because Twitter is one of the biggest social media sites. You got Facebook, and then you got Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, which is now Meta, which is the parent company. Remember Metapon, Metaverse, augmented reality, and then you got Twitter, now, which is now X. Come on, man. But it goes on to say creating a global marketplace. A global marketplace? Let's go back to Revelation. Let's go back to Revelation 13. All right. Verse 16, and it says, and he causeth all. That sounds pretty global to me. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Elon Musk has the Neuralink. Oh, well, that it said all. It doesn't really mean global. All right, well, let's go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. The elect is the ones that have been waiting quietly and rehearsing the righteous acts and having faith on Yahweh Shai and enduring all things as a good, enduring hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. They're having faith, they're having hope, they're having faith that Yahweh Shai is going to deliver them from this madness and oppression of this madman, this baseman, this troglodyte, this caveman, the so-called white Caucasian race, specifically of the chief tribe of Amalek, man. And I'm saying that because I'm watching Oppenheimer right now too, man. And you feel me? The wickedness of this goddamn devil, man. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? How you in your right mind? I'm kind of going on a tangent right here to create you so strong you get a hard on you sadistic of creating a bomb that would literally kill millions of people in seconds, man. But then y'all call yourself the you wish people because that's who he was, Oppenheimer. You supposedly the chosen people of the Most High, but you out here creating the instrument of his work, the waster to destroy. Fuck out of here, man. Anyway, Revelation 3 again and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Whose patience? Yahweh Shah's patience. I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. What is that? The global mandate of the MOTB, that RFID C-hip that goes in your right hand on your forehead, man. Which shall come upon all the world. Whoa, all the world. That world is what? Oikomeni, which means the inhabited earth, global, to try them that dwell upon the earth. And it gives you even more context, man. So when it's saying creating a global marketplace, market is what? Merchant. What do you do at a marketplace? You buy shit and you sell shit, man. So they're buying and selling ideas, buying and selling goods, buying and selling services, buying and selling opportunities, powered by what? Not the most high divine intelligence. Artificial. Artificial is man-made intelligence, man. Who created intelligence? Yahweh. So by you saying, oh, we can artificially augment the Most High's understanding and say that this is our creation, you're trying to sit in the seat of the Most High. So you know it's wicked, this AI shit, man. It says X will connect us all and connect us all. Connect us all. Connect us all. How? How's everybody going to be connected? Because everybody's going to be a tribe in the hour of temptation, a small period of time to take that shit, man. You're gonna be nodes in a fucking digital grid concentration camp. It said in ways we're just beginning to imagine. Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all already imagine it. Y'all coming out. The think tanks, if you already are able to rebrand all the money that goes into that, and you want to say, oh, we just starting to imagine it to this and that. Come on, man. You see, the scripture says that, you know, matter of fact, let me look it up real quick. Let me look it up real quick in Corinthians. Bear with me, bear with me. I'm a little hype right now, Salakia. You feel me? Because I was praying. Oh, and Shabbat Shalom. Y'all Bashem Yahweh Shah Brakatham, everybody tuning in, man. I'm gonna close it out soon. All right. Devices. All right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11. Lest Satan, all right. Satan means adversary, shaitan. All right. In the Hebrew, all right, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of this shit. We know what y'all imagining. Matter of fact, there's another script with imagine. All right. Job 21 and 27. Behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. You see that? Whoo. All right. Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You see that? Hey, man. The Most High is, this truth is the ultimate knowledge in all of the universe, man. And you have to say Thawada, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai for this truth, man. You see what I'm saying? This thing is about to blow like a gift wrap bomb, son. There's no reason why they're coming out with this. They're doing this. It's all we getting hit on all sides with prophecy, man.
So let's actually watch the entire. This isn't the entire clip. This is actually from an interview with Zuby on Twitter. Those of you who are on Twitter, he's one of the big one of the big accounts on Twitter, and he sat down with Elon Musk and did about an hour or so long interview. And these are just clips from that interview. But this one just gives a little bit more context to what he was saying in that 45-second clip. This one is now 3 minutes, so it gives you a little bit more of what he was saying beforehand and after that. So let's go ahead and watch.
So you brought up X. X is something that you've been...
And then he's talking to Jake.
having in mind for a long time. Tell me the
20
story.
years.
Yeah, tell me the story.
See, he's been thinking about this for 20 years. So they talking about, and it'll connect us in ways that we're just nearly starting to imagine. No, you've been thinking about this shit for decades, man. Come on, man. The hopeful elect, they not ignorant of y'all wicked devices, man. You feel me?
Well, I mean, way back in the day, the idea was for X or X.com to be an all-encompassing net financial services company.
So 20 years ago, he wanted to buy a company. So he bought it for a purpose, to create an all-encompassing financial services company. Son, you can't make this shit up, son.
Well, kind of in like a infinite information theory way to be the most efficient database for the information that is money.
So that's why they say central bank, because the database, the programmable token that they call about with the CBDC, everything that you do, the whole blockchain, everything. So this nigga been involved, man. You feel me? And how I brought it up, when you look up, because blockchain is DLT, distributed ledger technology. When you look up the etymology of the word ledger, it means a book of records of accounting. So basically, it's going to be the left-hand side of the book of life. So I'll be calling it, with a pun intended, the book of the dead. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, Egypt had a book of the dead, and we in spiritual Egypt anyway. So just like how Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is like, anybody not written in the book of life, is going to be, the scripture, right? So on that side, they're going to be putting people in a database. Okay, well, you're not in this blockchain. You're going to be excommunicated from society, man. You feel me?
The way that money currently works is, from a practical standpoint, it's still mostly run on mainframes. That's still a thing for banks. It's mostly written in COBOL. It's still mostly batch processing. So actually, the financial system is very slow. It's not secure. You've got all these heterogeneous, complex databases. So if you have a real-time homogeneous database that is just like fundamentally more efficient and doesn't have all the expenses of bank buildings all over the place and bank branches and ATMs, which are increasingly kind of redundant.
Wow.
It can operate way more efficient.
See, Esau gonna get niggas with this convenient shit, bro. Niggas gonna be lining up for this shit, bro. So basically, instead of, I gotta go to the bank. I gotta go to the ATM. You got your phone already. You feel me? And niggas barely even do that. They do the online banking. You got to check. You ain't got to go to the bank. Boop, boop, picture, boom, it's in your account immediately. So niggas going to be using X, formerly known as Twitter, according to him, to just automatically do all your transactions, you see what I'm saying, in your everyday life, when he's the one who has another company that is going to be connecting your brain to artificial intelligence and a computer chip that is going to be connected to everything. If y'all can't connect the dots by now, I don't know what to say.
And so, essentially, if done right, the X would serve people's financial needs to such a degree that over time it would become, I don't know, maybe half of the global financial system.
Wow.
Or some big number. I'm not sure what the number is, but pretty big. So it would be by far the biggest sort of financial institution. But like I said, not really in the way that people are used to thinking about banks.
Mhm.
Just the most efficient.
And the reason why people is not the usual way of banks, because it's going to be a great reset. We're in the middle of this great reset. So the old operating system is going to be done away with, and you're going to be fully downloaded with a new OS system. And it's going to be this digital economy, and niggas is not going to be ready.
Database for the thing that is money. I said, like, least amount of fraud, everything's real time. And if it involves money in any way, it can be dealt with seamlessly on one location. And then in addition, you've got the sort of social media element, which is also information. It's people sharing information of various kinds, whether it's text, video, pictures, voice, and so so both money and what we call social media are really information exchange. And I think there's potential there to make a product that is really quite compelling, that combines all these things, simplifies people's lives, is more, cost efficient for the average person.
Mhm.
So, minimum number of fees and whatnot. So, so I think there's just a lot of potential to create some, like, the ultimate app or system, website, whatever.
So that's interesting. So it sounds a lot to me. For one, he'd been developing this for 20 something years. So this is not something that he's just coming out with and saying, oh, I want to get in this CBDC game and the government is ushering me in to help do this. Elon Musk has his background with PayPal. So he's always been into the financial transaction game. And he also was one of the first companies to allow his product to be sold with Bitcoin. Remember, he was taking Bitcoin when it came to Tesla sales for a while there, and then he kind of stopped and said, wait a minute, I don't know. And so now he's saying that he wants X to turn into this big financial, some sort of payment sort of system. It does remind me a bit of Apple. So it's like you've got your iPhone, you have Apple Pay, you can click on the side of your phone and pay with whatever. It's also obviously you're able to connect with people. It's a bit social. You've got a bunch of different apps on there. So I'm curious if this X company that he's creating, he's taking Twitter and he's using that as the base. And he's saying, I'm just going to, rather than build it from scratch, and he even said in this interview, I could have built it from scratch. And that was kind of my plan, but then I didn't need to because I bought Twitter. And now I can actually take Twitter and just use that as the springboard to create all of these other layers of things. And so it's very possible, when you think about the iPhone, for example, how did it start? It started as the iPod. And then from the iPod, it developed into, it was just iTunes. Like, you're just going to listen to your music on this machine. And then that suddenly turned into phone. And now it's what it is. And now it's an Apple credit card, and it does everything that you want it. There's just a million things that you need.
We done, man. Gradualism. You see what I'm saying? So you have to have the spirit in order. The scriptures say a prudent man foreseeth the evil. And the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for such elders that do rule well, that teaches this 100% truth, who we give double honors to, who has been seeing the evil from before we was even born, a lot of us, before we was even in this truth, and has had history, you see what I'm saying, an experience, right, to warn and basically sacrifice their life, present their bodies as a living sacrifice, as we're doing, following Yahweh Shai, as we see that same spirit in the brothers, in the bishops, in the elders, because the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. That's what the scripture says, right? And as they're hiding themselves, we're trying to hide ourselves as well under the wings, the shadow of Yahweh Bashem, which is this truth, man, as it says in the book of Psalms, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. I really wanted it to be 20 minutes, but it is what it is. You know, I might watch the rest of it, but yo, I'm telling you, man, we do not have much longer, man. Second Esdras 9:1, it says, "Measure the time thou diligently." And how do you measure it? What's the measuring tool? These prophecies, man. These tokens, these signs. All right, that we know is going to come in the order. All right, MOTB, Jacob's trouble, World War III, salvation. Lord willing, we have that number. Brakthai Hawa, Brakthai Arashan. To the next time, Akim Shabbat, Shalom. Kwam Yasharala Baba Ball. Shalom Laha Alahim. Shalom, Shalom.